Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So in a number sequence where the difference between every two items is the same, we can use the formula shown below. Nth term equals first term plus number of the term minus 1 plus d, where d is the common differences. What does it mean? Let me just explain this formula first, okay? So for instance, you're going to see a sequence of numbers. What does sequence of numbers mean? That means there are a lot of numbers sitting together. Understand, Amelia? So for instance, we have the first term is 1. The second term is 2. The third term is 3. And you probably going to immediately tell me what is a 100th term. Amelia?
100.
Very good. It is 100, right? But if I tell you the first one is 1, the second one is 4, the third one is 7, could you also tell me what is a 100th term? Probably it takes a little bit longer time. But with this formula, it is very easy. So first of all, Zoe, let me ask you. The question is asking you what is a term, right? So at this moment, n equals what? Equals 100, right? N equals 100. So the first term is what? Is 1, right? And the numbers of term equals what? Equals 100 minus 1, correct? And times what? Times d. So what is the d for this question?
3.
Very good. It's 3. So the answer is 这个题目没动，不能算的啊，这些都不算。So 1 plus 99 times 3 equals 1 plus 297. So the question answer is 298. Get it, Amelia? Get it, Zoe? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So if I have the first one is 1, okay? The second one is 5. The third one is 9. And the fourth one is 13. Can you tell me what is a 120th term of that? Okay, so please calculate it and let me know. Okay, so the answer will be 1 plus 120 minus 1 times 4, right? So the answer is 1 plus 119 times 4, and that's the answer. Correct, Amelia and Zoe? Did you get the same answer? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. The next one is number of terms in a number sequence equals the last term minus the first term divided by d plus 1.
老师
Okay, yeah?
哦
So you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. The same thing, okay? So we know the first one is 1, the second one is 4, the third one is 7, and the last one is 298. Could you please tell me how many terms are there? Or I know this one's first, this is second, this is the third. So this is what? Get it? Okay, so how do we do it? 298, last term, minus the first term, divided by differences and plus 1. Get it, Amelia? Okay, so let's take a look at the last formula. The sum of a sequence equals last term plus first term times number of terms divided by 2. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. The sum of sequence. So that means we have 1, 4, 7, 10, and the last one's 298, right? But do you know if I plus them, all of them together, what does it mean? What is it equals to, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. The last term, which is 298, plus the first term 1, and times the number of the terms, you know, is 100, and divided by 2. That means it's equals 299 times 50, and that's the answer. And I don't want to use the thing, so I can just using 300 times 50 minus 50, right? So it's 15,000 minus 50, so equals 14950. Get it, Zoe and Amelia? Okay, so if you understand that, we're gonna take a look at the first one, okay? So I'm going to block the answer and give the sequence of 1, 4, 7, 10, 13. Find the 15th term of the number sequence. Which term is number 55? Okay, so let me explain this question, okay? So I hope you both have the answer already.
I was still trying to figure it out.
Okay, do you want more time?
I was thinking if I could see the page before to see how
Oh,
to
you didn't copy the formula down yet, right?
yeah.
Okay, so let me just do one by one. So yeah, you can copy each of them. This is first one.
Okay.
And let me know, I'm going to move to the second one. I'm sorry, you can just ask me.
Okay.
All right, done.
我也抄完了。
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So the second one. Okay, so let's take a look at the last one.
老师，我第二个最后一点没写完呢。
好，等一下，Amelia，你等一下，周易啊。
嗯，谢谢。
好了吗？
抄完了，
好，
抄完了。
最后一个。抄好了吗？Amelia
好
看。
嗯，
看
写好了。
好了，好，那我们可以做题了。啊，
嗯，
But what is the last term of the sequence?
那不是你自己抄的吗？Last term。
Yeah, but the last term of the sequence, like the problem.
You need to find out yourself.
嗯
Find the 15th term of this number sequence. 先做做看啊。 Okay, so I'm going to help you to do that, okay? So let's take a look at this one. So first of all, we know the sequence is 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, right? So Zoe, the first question, find the 15th term of the number sequence, right? So we have the first formula. The nth term, how do we do it? Equals the first term plus the number of terms minus 1 times differences, correct? So now we're going to calculate the 15th. So the first one is 1 plus 15 minus 1 times 3 equals 1 plus 14 times 3 equals 1 plus 42 equals 43. Correct? Okay, number 2. Which term is number 55? So which one we're going to use? So do we know? So it's like what? It's calculate the terms. It's the second one, right? So the last one minus the first one divided by differences and plus 1 equals how many terms, right? So 54 divided by 3 plus 1 equals 18 plus 1, so it's the 19th term. Correct? Just using the formula. I'm not doing anything fancy at all. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Find the 20th term of the number sequence. 1, 6, 11, 16, 21. Which term is number 136? Exactly the same thing as number 1, but change the number, right? So you can just do it yourself.
Do we send them to you?
Nope, you don't have to. You just to check my answer and see if it is the same as you are, okay? Find the, Zoe, did you finish? Okay, find the 20th term of the number sequence, 1, 6, 11, 16, 21. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So the 20th. For this question, n equals, so first one plus 20 minus 1. So what is the differences? Times 5. So that equals 1 plus 19 times 5 equals 1 plus 95 equals 96. Did you get the answer? So Amelia, which part you're making mistakes?
I did 1 plus 19 first.
1 plus 19? So you forgot the bad math? So when we have the multiplication, we have to do the multiplication first. It's not at all, because I'm starting to wondering for the 5 minutes calculation, how did you get them right?
And
Right?
like,
So I need you to focus. I don't want to hear any excuse, because this is something you know how to do it long time ago. Right? So if there's some excuse, I can give it to you, but this one's not, obviously not the one. Okay, so be careful. You're losing your advantage of learning. I don't think people are going to change themselves immediately, only when you want to change yourself. So this is your choice, to be a smart girl or just do whatever you want. Okay, so I want you to focus. So the second one, which term is number 136? So how do I do it? This is the last term minus the first term divided by differences and plus 1, right? So we're using the same thing. 135 divided by 5 plus 1 equals 27 plus 1 equals 28. Get it? Zoe, did you get the right answer? If not, let's see which part you're making mistakes. It's okay. We're still learning, right? But we need to find out. I want you to go
Oh,
back
I was
to your
muted.
script. Which part you're making mistakes?
I was muted. No, I got it correct.
You got it
I
correct.
don't think it's that hard.
Yeah, it should be. But it's okay. Everybody's learning. Everybody's learning pace is different, right? So it doesn't mean like Zoe is better than Amelia or anything. But the thing is, Amelia, I want to see you fully concentrate, right? You're trying your best. That's a totally different thing, right? Okay, so let's take a look at next one. Find the 32nd term of the number sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. And which term is the number 239? Okay, your turn. So, Anna 告诉我啊
I'm
Mm.
finished.
I'm almost done. I'm not done yet though.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
I'm gonna send them to you.
Mhm. Okay, so are you finished? Amelia, when you finished, let me give you a suggestion, okay? You can always check your answer, correct? Like don't, because sometimes Zoe wait for you and you can wait for her as well. So, but don't waste your time, right? So just to check your answer to make sure they're right. So find this 32nd term. So it's 3, 7, 11, 15. So when I'm doing those ones, I'm going to put something like that. So first term equals 3. And the difference is 3. Oh, sorry, is 4. Get it? So this is going to help me save you a lot of time. So 32nd term equals the first one plus 32 minus 1 times 4 equals 3 plus 31 times 4 equals 3 plus 124 equals 110, 27. Get it, Zoe and Amelia? Okay, so I hope you get the right. Okay, so which term is 293? 239, sorry. 239 is the last one minus the first one divided by differences and plus 1 equals 2, 3, 6 divided by 4 plus 1 equals 59 plus 1 equals 60. Okay, I hope you both get it right. So let's move forward to the number 4. Okay, so
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, so I'm going to explain this question. The first term of a number sequence with the common differences is 16. Okay, so this time, Zoe, did you notice that? There's nothing like
Mhm.
first term or second term, last term. They're not telling you anything, but instead they tell you the difference is 16, right? And they tell you the fourth term of a number sequence with the common differences, the fourth term is 16, right? So we don't know what is the common differences yet, but we know the eighth term is 28. So how do we do it? So Zoe, let me ask you. So how many numbers between fourth term and eighth term?
Oh,
They are fifth, sixth,
6, 7.
and seventh, correct? Correct? Okay, so
Mhm.
if they have fourth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, so if they having the common thing, let me see how many differences are there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Correct? So that means, on the other hand, that means for 16, I need to plus 4 common differences in order to get to 28. Correct? It's like a running rabbit. So the jumping rabbit. So if the differences is 2, so it's going to be 18, 20, 22, and 24. So obviously the difference is not 2. So let's see. For 4 differences, we're increasing 12 of them. So D equals 3. So we should have 19, 22, 25, and 28. Okay, by calculating this, I have what? If I want to find out the differences between two terms, how do we do it? This is the last term for this one, right? This is the first term for this one. So it's the last one minus the first one and divided by divisive. Okay, so the Zoe said, 老师啊, you asked me, you tell me, so this is how many terms, right? You tell me before it's plus 1. Why this time we don't have to plus 1? But you notice that the first one? No, it's the middle of the sequence. When we have the middle of the sequence, it's always the last one minus the first one divided by the 8 minus 4. Zoe, remember, okay? Amelia, remember, that's the number 8th one. That's the 4th one. So 8 minus 4 equals the differences. Okay, so if it is changed to the formula is 8th term minus B's term divided by A minus B equals the differences. Okay, so please copy this down.
Done. You're muted. You are muted.
Sorry. So let's take a look at the next question. Said find the 12th term. Okay, so how do we do it? We can just do plus 3 plus 3. So how many 3's are there? Starting with 28. How many 3's are there? Starting with 28, which is 8th term, and we want to find the 12th. So 12 minus 8 equals 4. So basically it's 28 plus 3 times 4 equals, and 28 plus 12 equals 40, right? Correct, Zoe? Okay, we can always starting with 4th as well. So 16 plus how many terms are there? So 12 minus 4 times 3. So the answer is 16 plus 24. Still get the same answer, 40. Get it, Zoe and Amelia? Okay, so let's take a look at the next one, okay? So next one is the first term of a number sequence with the common differences is 3. The 51st term is 203, and please find out the 100th term. Okay, when you finish, please let me know, okay? 要不然你让他下去，不能让他在上面，不然老上来。我知道他很烦啊。 Okay, so the first term of a number sequence with a common difference is 3. So we can just write down like that, okay? The 51st term is 203. So how do we do it? We first need to find out the differences, right? So the last one minus first one divided by 51 minus 1, right? Equals 200 divided by 50 equals 4. So the difference is 4. Find the 100th term. So the 100th term equals the first one plus 100 minus 1 times 4 equals 3 plus 99 times 4 equals 399. Get it? Okay, so let's move forward. Compute 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus all the way to 200. Okay, your turn. Think about it. Well, thank you. Think about it. The last formula I taught you earlier.
Do we send it to you?
Nope. Just tell me you finished.
Okay, I
我说
finished. Done.
1 plus 200 times 200 divided by 2. So the answer is 20100. Okay, so this question should be no problem at all because it's exactly just the formula. Okay, so let's go back to the calculation, okay? So first one and the second one, please do it yourself. Number 1 and number 2.
Do we send this to you?
You don't have to, just to.
老师，我做完了。
好的，我们再等一下Zoe，好吗？确定一下你做对了啊。
老师，我也做完了。Zoe 说她也做完
那
了。
做完了对吗？OK，好，我刚才没听到，不好意思。Okay, so compute one plus 100 times 100 divided by 2 equals 101 times 50 equals 5050. Okay, next one. This question is a little bit different. Why we can directly times 100? Because 1, 2, 3, 4. They're what? They're just a number itself. 1 is the first one, 2 is the second one, 3 is the third one. So that's why 100 is 100th one, right? But for this one is 1, but second one is 3, the third one is 5, and fourth one is 7. So we need to find out how many terms first. Correct? So how do we calculate how many terms? The first one minus last one divided by the common differences and plus 1. Remember? So that is 98 divided by 2 plus 1, so equals 50 terms. So now we can do that. 1 plus 99 times 50 and divided by 2. So the answer is 2,500. Okay, so let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 should be very easy. So everybody, just to give you 1 minute, so you finish that one.
I finished.
I also finished.
Okay, so
Same.
this one, I think I don't have to explain anything, right? Pretty easy. 1 plus 50 times 50 divided by 2, right? So we don't have to spend any more time on top of it. So let's take a look at this one. So this one is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus all the way to 100 and back to 99 plus 98 plus 90. So I want you to do this question and I'm going to ask you, how did you get this one right? Okay, for number 4, I would like to hear how you get it right.
老师，我做完了。
Okay,
我 almost 做完了。
好，那我们来问一下 Zoe 啊。So when you do this question, how did you do it? I would like to hear.
First, I separated the equation into two sections. I got here. So it's 1 to 100.
And the 1 to 99. Okay. So you
And then I-
calculate two big ones, right? So it's like 1 plus 100 times 100 divided by 2 and plus 1 plus 99 and times 99 divided by 2, right? Okay, so Amelia, did you use the same method?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just ask you a question, okay? So does this like reply to, do you think there's a complicated calculation? It's big numbers, right?
Yeah.
But let me ask you, if I told you, instead of Zoe, put them into 2 parts, I put them into 3 parts.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me the first parts and the third parts? Are they the same? Are they the same or not the same?
They're the same.
They're the same.
They're the same, right? Okay, they're the same. Very good. So the same, that means I'm just using 2 times 1 plus 99 times 99 divided by 2 n plus 1, right? 100, correct? That's the second term. Correct? Okay, so 2 times and divided by 2, are they gone or not gone? They're gone, right? So it's 100 times 99 plus 100. So that means there's 99, 100 plus together, and plus another 100. So it's 100 times 100. So the answer is 10,000. Get it, Zoe, Amelia? Easy? Okay, so number 5, I'm not going to spend any time on that because it's too easy. So let's take a look at number 6. Okay, your turn.
Do we send it to you?
No.
我做完了。
What is
Okay.
it?
So let's take a look at this one, the number sequence. So the first one, remember I said the first one equals 4, right? So we just write on. The second one is 7. The third one is 10. And I don't know, but this one's 295 and 298, right? So which term's a number? The last one minus first one divided by the differences plus 1, right? Did you have the same formula as me? Okay. If you're the same, so let's move forward to the next one. Find the value of 7 plus 15 plus 23 plus all the way to 783.
老师，我做完了。
好的。
嗯
Zoe, how about you?
I'm done.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So find the value of 7 plus 15 plus 23 plus all the way to 783, right? So let's take a look at this one. We have 7, the last one, plus, sorry, first one plus the last one. But how many terms are there? We don't know. So how do we do it? 783 minus 7 divided by 8 plus 1. And we can just using this one here. But Zoe and Amelia, remember, we need to bracket. Okay, we need to bracket and divide by 2. Okay, so this one is 790 times 780, sorry, 76 divided by 8 plus 1 divided by 2. We can just divide it by 2 here. Okay, so we're not going to spend time on the calculation, but we move forward to the word problem. Okay, so Zoe, could you please read the question for me?
Each book on mysteries in a series of 7 such books was published once every 3 years. Fourth book was published in 1996. List the years that the rest of the series were published.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. And you see, so for those ones, we can use it in the word problem as well, right?
Mhm.
Did we send it to you?
No. Each book on the mysterious, in the series of 7 such books are published once every 3 years. The fourth book is published as 1996, right? List the year that, so that means every 3 years, that means what? The third book will be published as 1993, right? Correct? And fifth book is 1999, right? So the fourth book was published in 1996. This is the year that the rest of the book in that serial will be published. So the sixth will be 2002. The seventh will be 2005. Correct? Because altogether there are 7 books. Okay, list the 8 numbers between 4 and 48 in the sequence of 10 numbers with the common differences. Okay, so let's take a look at this one.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So how do we do it? The first one is 4. The last one is 40. And we know there are altogether 10 numbers. So that means there are, this is first one, this is 10th one, right? Remember, how do we calculate the differences? The 40 minus 4 divided by 9, right? So the differences is what? Is 4. So they want you to list each of them. So let's just list them. Understand, Zoe and Amelia? Okay, let's take a look at this one. The sum of 6th and 7th terms in the sequence of 12 numbers with the common differences of 15. What is sum of the number sequence? Okay, so they want you to find out exactly altogether, putting together equals what? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. The sum of 6th and 7th term in the sequence of 12 numbers with the common differences is 15, sorry. So altogether, the 6th and the 7th plus together equals 15. So I don't know what is this one. I can see this is X, this is Y, right? So X plus Y equals 15. And the common differences altogether, there are 12 of them. So let me ask you, so this is the first one. 哦哟，这个猫叫的好可怕。OK，他们是在哭吗？啊？ 是小孩吗? Oh my God. Okay, so I don't know, right? But the thing is, we can say, what is the common thing for 15? Maybe it's 7 and 8, right? Maybe it's 6 and 9. Correct, Zoe? Maybe it's 5 and 10. But we can see if, let's see, okay, so if it is 5 and 10, so the fifth one will be 0. Correct? So they're saying it's a common number, so it's impossible to be negative. Get it? So by learning that, you know, there's only, right? So there's 5 numbers between that. So 6 to first. And 7 to 12, there's nothing to worry about it. So we can see it's, if it is 6, 9, so it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it? If you want to get it into the number, but you can see the common difference is 3. So this one impossible as well. So let's see, 7. So it's the fifth will be 6, fourth will be 5, third one should be 4, and second one should be 3, and first one is 2. Get it? So the last one is 8 plus what? 12 minus 7. So equals 8 plus 5 equals 13. So what is the sum of them? The first one plus last one times how many numbers? 12 and divided by 2. Get it, Zoe and Amelia? Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. So place 3 numbers between 12 and 16 to make the sequence of 5 numbers with common differences. Okay, so Zoe, did you finish? Okay, so let's say place 3 numbers between 12 and 60, right? So you can see between 60 and 12, there are 48 numbers, right? But I want to put 3 numbers exactly. So if this is A, this is B, and this is C, and you need to find out the common differences between them. So let's count how many common differences are there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 common differences, and you need to equally divide it by 4 equals 12. So that means the first one's 24, the second one is 36, and the third one is 48, and the last one is 60. Get it? So that's the quickest way to find out the thing, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the last question. 20 school teams took part in the Western Table Tennis Tournament. Each term was to play exactly 1 match with another team. How many matches were played altogether? If you don't understand this question, I can help you a little bit, okay? For instance, there are 4 people, so A, B, C, D. Oh, each team needs to play exactly one match with each other. So the first team, they'll have 3 match, 2 match, and 1 match. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 equals 6 matches together. Okay. Okay, so last question. So 20 school teams take the Western. So you can see if there's 4 teams, they're starting with 3, right, Zoe? So if the 20 school teams, we're starting with 19 because they cannot play against themselves, right? So basically it's 18, 19 plus 18 plus 17 plus altogether plus 1. So equals 19 plus 1 times 19 divided by 2. Get it? Okay. So I hope this time, because your mom and sometimes tell me like, oh, it's too hard and whatever. So the thing is, I'm trying to explain the formula very clearly to you. Okay. So you understand the formula? And Amelia, especially for you, you need to understand the question itself first, then starting to do it. Don't always just plug into the formula and just do the calculation because your calculation is good, right? But you need to focus on understand the question itself. You see, we evaluate which formula we're going to use to apply on the question. That's the most important thing, correct? Okay, so before you do your homework, I strongly suggest you to go through the example question first and think about it, understand the formula again, then do the question. Okay, when we're doing the question, please try not to look at the formula again, because you need to remember the formula, because on the test or in your school, because I remember I mentioned that for those questions, in your school for grade 9 and grade 10, you're going to learn it anyway. They're not going to offer you the formula when you do the question, right? To the quizzes or final exams. So you need to remember that. But the best way to memorize something is not by memorizing yourself. It's to apply it on the questions. And the more questions you did, you're going to remember how to do it, right? Because I don't remember those formula anyway. I learned it when I was 7 years old and now I'm 45. So 38 years has passed. I'm still remembering this. It's not because I'm remembering that, because I understand it. Got it? Okay, so that's it for today's class. We're going to see each other. No, we're not going to see each other next week because somebody's going to have a camp, right? Okay, so have a good time in your camp and we're going to see each other next week. Okay, bye.
Wait,
Bye-bye.
is there class next week?
No, there's no class next week because Zoe is having a camp.
I have camping.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. 老师再
So you
见。
need to do the homework, okay? You need to do the homework.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.